Certainly, you already have heard the phrase, "you are your own worst enemy." For many people, this is true. It is difficult to go after what you really want in life if you're stuck in a scarcity mindset rather than an abundance mindset. Negative self-talk patterns such as "I am not good enough" or "I can't accomplish that" keep you from achieving your goals. What if it could be changed? Seeing the limitless potential in yourself and others is what it means to live in abundance. You may open up your life to endless possibilities by broadening your vision and cultivating an abundance mindset. In this video, I'll show you how to turn your fear of scarcity and limited thinking into positive thought that make you feel like you have what it takes, or you'll figure it out if you don't. Discover how to shift from scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset and live the life you always wanted. What does it mean to have an abundance mindset? A mindset of abundance refers to seeing life's infinite potential. It implies that you are aware of your own potential and others' potential. As a result, you make a conscious effort to create the life you desire. These important characteristics come to mind when I think of abundant mindset. Thinking big. People with an abundance mindset are more likely to think big than to have a focused view of their situation. Growth mindset. Having a growth mindset is believing that you can develop your intelligence and talent with work and that you aren't limited with what you have now. Optimism. A person who sees the glass half full rather than the glass half empty, focusing on what they have rather than what they lack. Recognizing that there is plenty to go around. Abundant thinking refers to the perception of an infinite supply of resources such as love, money, and success. To put in another way, someone else's success or benefit does not negate your own. Generosity of spirit. Rather than being resentful, they are truly delighted for other people's success. Accepting and embracing change. They embrace and accept change rather than resisting it. Taking action. They are proactive in their approach to life, seizing opportunities and pursuing their objectives. Planning ahead. Rather than waiting for things to happen, they can plan for the future. An open mind. Rather than believing they already know everything, someone with an abundance mindset has an open mind and continue to learn. Know their strengths and weaknesses. They figure out what they are good at and then use those skills to get what they desire. Rather than being limited by their flaws, they accept them. Scarcity versus abundance mindset. Let's start with scarcity mindset. You never get beyond scarcity. You have to start beyond it, said Tony Robbins. People who have a scarcity mindset see the world as a zero-sum game. Whatever one side gains, the other loses. You place yourself in a box when you think in terms of scarcity. Resentment, entitlement, stagnation, and victimhood surround you. You consider someone else's achievement to be your failure. People who have a scarcity mindset are more likely to become caught up in a loop of negativity that not only push people away, but also prevent them from reaching their goals. They make statements like, "They always get what they want. I never get what I want. I don't have enough money. I can't do it." People that have a scarcity mindset compete instead of cooperating. Rather than seeking opportunities to help others, they look out for their own interests. Rather than sharing resources such as money or power for the common benefit, they hoard them. It is easy to understand how many of these characteristics may repel people and opportunities. Who wants to work with a self-centered ranker who only cares about themselves? When you let go of your fear of scarcity, you enter a world of limitless possibilities. You recognize your own abilities and are confident in developing them. You appreciate yourself and, as a result, appreciate others. When you want to see everyone succeed, you are more willing to assist others. This attitude of service and leadership naturally draws opportunities in many areas of life, including career, relationship, family, and overall happiness. Why having an abundance mindset is important for success. Successful people tend to have a growth mindset. I have made videos about it. I invite you to go and watch them. I will only give a brief here about it. Dr. Carol Dweck, a well-known psychologist, studied how self-concept influence human behaviors as a researcher at Stanford University. She distinguished different kinds of mindset in her book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. She refers to them as fixed mindset and growth mindset rather than scarcities and abundant mindset. People who have a fixed mindset believe that their intelligence and talents are something they are born with and that it doesn't change with time. They consider their qualities as fixed characteristics rather than traits that they may be improved and developed. People with a growth mindset believe that with time and experience, they can improve their intelligence and talents. They put in extra effort into learning and skills development because they believe in self-improvement, which leads to greater personal and professional success. Dweck conducted a student research project. She discovered that those with a fixed mindset are more likely to make an effort to appear intelligent. They believe they were born with a predetermined IQ level. To avoid being ridiculed, try not to appear stupid. People with a growth mindset, on the other hand, are more likely. They believe that by putting in the effort and gaining experience, they will get smarter. Recognize the opportunity for personal growth. They set goals for themselves to achieve. Easy to see how someone with a fixed mentality can become trapped in their current situation. After all, what good it is to work hard to develop yourself if your IQ is fixed. People that have a growth mentality feel they can achieve their goals. They are open to new experiences. They devote time and effort to learning and developing new talents. As a result, they are open to new opportunities for success. Tips for abundance mindset. Even if you're having problems, believing in yourself right now, practice can help you establish a growth mindset. Use these abundance mindset exercises to cultivate your own strengths and positively encourage others. Acknowledge and accept your weaknesses. You may disregard your defect and live in denial if you have a scarcity mindset. You wallow in self-pity and never try to change your situation. Your insecurities are suppressed. This can lead to harmful patterns such as self-destructive behavior or acting out on others. It is healthy to recognize your weaknesses. Compassionate way allow you to learn and progress. Then you can embark on a journey of self-improvement. Embracing your weaknesses allow you to forgive yourself and grow from your mistakes, rather than berating yourself, blaming others, or spiraling into negative thoughts and actions. Naturally, you don't want to dwell on flaws and allow them to hold you back. However, having a truthful picture of yourself allows you to build a healthy sense of self-awareness in which you understand and even love your weaknesses. Develop your strength. Everyone is flawed in some way, but not only, we also have our strengths. When you recognize your personal strength and can nourish and shine those qualities of yourself. Here is what I mean by strength. A quality within yourself that, when challenged, can grow and develop. Something you are good at and love doing. Something you do repeatedly and have a good track record at. When you put forward the effort to excel at something, you will automatically succeed. These accomplishments will aid in the development of inner confidence. You place a higher value on yourself. When you are confident in your own skills, you are not threatened by the strength of others. Because you acknowledge that everyone has something to offer, this way of thinking promotes living in abundance. 3. Be aware of your abilities. The term visualization refers to the act of imagining a future event. You create a mental image of yourself attaining a goal or being an ideal self. Although it may appear to be a woo-woo, research reveals that visualization is a great tool for success. A group of Olympic athletes was researched by Russian scientists to see if there was a link between visualization and success. Participants were divided into 4 groups. Before competing, they each did a varied amount of mental preparation, envision oneself reaching the final line first as follows. Group 1, 100% physical training. Group 2, 75% physical training and 25% mental training. Group 3, 50% physical training and 50% mental training. Group 4, 25% physical training and 75% mental training. During the Olympics, researchers discovered that Group 4 achieved the best overall. Harvard psychiatrist Srinivasan S. Pillai discovered that visualization stimulates the same brain receptor as performing a task. In his book, Your Brain and Business, The Neuroscience of Great Leaders. Consider it a way to deceive your brain into believing you've accomplished something before you've even started. Then, when it's time to do something essential, such as take a major exam or go for an important interview, your brain will work better and you'll know what to look for. Take some time each week to imagine what you want to achieve or the ideal version of yourself to put into practice. Close your eyes or visualize the event going on your way. Ask yourself, what is possible? What could the most elegant and effective outcome look like? What would success look like? You can see yourself living in abundance by visualizing it. Consider handling your checkbook, receiving that promotion, or sharing a happy house with your family. Dream big and believe in yourself to make them a reality. 4. Recognize, reward, repeat. Negative thought patterns such as thought of scarcity tend to emerge early in life. They become second nature and habitual. Maybe you were told that success, financial security, and love were all possible for others but not for you. Perhaps you still have a way of not having enough because you didn't have it when you were younger and more resilient. Of course, these views will be difficult to overcome as an adult. The good news is that thanks to a process known as neuroplasticity, you can really rewire your brain to generate more positive thought patterns. To shift your belief of scarcity and train your brain to think positively, try these abundant mindset exercises. Step 1. Recognize. Take note of your inner monologue. Pay attention to the negative self-talk you're having. It could be beneficial to keep track of your thoughts for a week or two. Make a note of every time you find yourself in a scarcity mindset. You may notice that particular situations or people elicit those responses. Step 2. Rewire. It is time to break a cycle of self-doubt and replace it with a mindset of abundance. Transform your negative thoughts into positive ones. I listed a few examples. Scarcity mentality. I don't have enough time to accomplish what I want. In abundant mentality, I will prioritize tasks with daily planning. Or, scarcity mentality. I don't have enough money to be happy. Abundance mentality. I live within my means, look for new creative way to earn, and show gratitude for what I have. Scarcity mentality. I can't do it. Abundance mentality. I will leverage my strength, work hard, and get better with time and effort. Step 3. Repeat. You literally remodel your brain when you replace scarcity thought with abundance one. You will naturally think this way as you develop the practice of changing your negative self-talk into abundant mindset. It becomes second nature to have a positive attitude in life. You won't give up at the first hint of difficulties because you won't be overwhelmed by limiting thought. Instead, you'll seek out opportunities to learn and you'll be proactive in looking for methods to better yourself and others. As a result, you will be able to live a more fulfilling life. 5. Donate and volunteer. If you're used to think of in terms of scarcity, you'll see someone else gain as your loss. An abundant mindset, on the other hand, recognizes the boundless resources that are available to everyone. Giving to others, whether in form of time, money, love, or attention, does not deplete your own resources. In reality, it enriches your life by giving you a sense of fulfillment and service. In other words, the more you give, the more you get. Finding methods to help others will help you to develop a mindset of abundance. Donating money or offering your time, for example, will teach you to serve others instead of hoarding resources for yourself. In addition, regular acts of charity have been linked to increased pleasure and overall well-being, according to research. Changing your perspective on the world isn't always easy. It may not happen right away. People sometimes become too absorbed in their own thought and require an outside point of view to move forward in life. To help you to do just that, check the link in the description for the Reprogram Me courses. Using these courses, you will learn how to rewire your mind and get that winning mindset. Only with a winning mindset you can succeed in life. Upgrade your life and uplevel your abundance mindset with Reprogram Me courses. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, then make sure to like, subscribe and share to see more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching.